let's start by floating the arms, just kind of going side to side. Yeah. Just kind of starting to easy does it. Focus on your breathing. Just make sure you're breathing, right? That's how we start. Taking some nice smooth inhales and exhales. Let's lift the arms on the inhale and then exhale, float them down. Don't worry about the stretch. You might have a little rocking, you might not, that kind of rocking motion like you're holding a baby. Just kind of floating up and down. Inhale, arms up, and exhale and release down. Through the nose. And then let's take our hands to the sides of our body and feel your waist. Feel your waist, and now inhale, feel the belly expand, and then exhale, let it go. So now you're feeling, this is a side to side movement as much as it is a front to back. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then take your fingers and wrap them around your lower ribs. So the thumbs are going to the back, and your fingers are literally like wrapping around where your ribs are. And take a few breaths in and out. In through the nose and out through the nose, and feel how the ribs are moving. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breath is in. So belly expanding, middle torso, ribs, and maybe heart. And let that go. Inhale, arms out to the side. Turn the palms upright, thumbs back behind you. Now bring the palms downward and feel how your shoulders move with that. So they might round forward. And then inhale, open up the palms, the thumbs move back. Cross your right arm over your left. Big hug, breathe in. Breathe out, open up the arms wide, spread your fingers, exhaling, left over right, big hug, breathe in, and breathe out, let that go. We're gonna take our right hand out to the side, then cross it over to your left side, open up your left arm, gaze over your right shoulder. Take a breath in, feel the movement in your torso, and then breathe out through your nose. Inhaling, open up both arms. They're facing upright, shoulders are on your back. Now turn the whole arm and the shoulders around it, and then open it and round it and open it. So it's one way, rotating the other way. Slowly lower the arms down, and now let's cross the left arm over the right and gaze over towards your left. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel your shoulder blade on your back, especially on the right side is where you're going to feel that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring both arms back behind you. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, move it back. Start to tilt your pelvis forward, palms facing each other. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take them back. Next time the arms lift, lean back, lift one leg. I lifted the left one, so. And then switch it up, lean forward, palms facing each other, shoulder blades are on the back, and lift your other leg. Doesn't matter how high it goes. let's do this a few times and start to notice the belly toning. Breathe in, breathe out. You feel that lower belly toning on the exhale. Switch it. We're forward. You're not going to feel the same toning here. The belly is kind of released, right? Then we lean back. As we exhale, pull the lower abs in and the pelvic floor in. And take both arms back. And now we're going to do some lifting and lowering. So you're going to push down through your feet. Doesn't matter how high you go. We're going to push down, rise up, exhale, lower. Do this a few times. Inhaling and exhaling. So where is the effort? Is it on the up or the down? When I go up, I'm pushing down through my feet. So I like that for the exhale. But if it feels more natural to you, it's okay. Go for the inhale as you lift. Breathe in, breathe out. And so we're pushing down through our feet. We're rooting down to lift. Doesn't matter how high we're going right now. Breathe in, breathe out. If this is a balance challenge, you could do this in front of a counter or have another chair in front of you. Really feel this rocking motion. Feel the strength in your feet and your ankles. Breathe in and breathe out. And have a little break. Let's place the block in between our feet. And then, so this is a good way to kind of check out that our feet are about hip distance apart. Now you could widen it. That's going to generally be wider. Like this feels much wider for me, but you could. And this would probably be too narrow. So let's go for middle bear. Baby bear, middle bear, or mama bear, papa bear. And we're going to push the inside of the feet into the block and down. Notice if that's a lot of work for you. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of people take their weight to the outside of the feet, and this is an exaggeration. This is going to impact our balance. It's going to impact our strength. It's going to impact so many things all the way up the body. So let's just start by breathe in, breathe out, hug the block. As you hug the block, notice the tone in your core. So we got feet action and core action going on here. What we're doing is reminding our feet that we need to push down through the big toe side of our feet. And then go ahead and release that. When I mean releases, you don't have to put so much pressure down. Take an inhale. On your exhale, push down through your feet and hug the block. Feel your pelvic floor and your lower abs tone. And then release that. Again, push down. Feel the pressure down. Feel the hugging into the block. And then take note of the pressure across your feet. Just notice it. What does this feel like? And release and let that go. Now we're going to do some more of those coming on up, where we're going to hug the block and push down through our feet. You ready? So hug it and lift. We're inhaling and we're exhaling. As you push down, hug the block to rise. Now you can keep your hands on the chair and do like this. If you want to bring your, for your balance, you might keep your hands on the chair. Still hug the block as you come up and push down through the inside of the foot. And then make sure you're feeling like if you did too much, it's almost impossible. If you push down so much, the outside of the foot doesn't even lift. It really helps to make sure we're pushing down through the big toe mound. So a few more times, notice how your thighs are working. Breathe in and breathe out. Should we hold it for one? How about that? Maybe you take your hands in front of you like I dream of Jeannie, sitting bones back. This is really working our quads. Hey, quads, wake up. Push down through your inside of your feet and hug the block. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale, lower. Woo! That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Let's put that to, let's actually place the block in between our hands and put some pressure with your palms into the block. And then pull the block in towards you. Press it away. Pull it in towards you as you push your palms into the block. Press it away. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale, lift the block up. Beautiful. Side bend towards your right. Push down through your feet. Remember what it was like to squeeze the block with your inner feet. And keep that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the other way. Now you can bend your elbows to get a little bit of more range of motion through the upper body, the torso. Lift up. One more time to the right. Keep pushing down through your feet, inside of your feet. Rise up. And other side. Good. Bring the block back down. Let's find our first twist. Pull the block in. We'll twist to our right. Neck follows, right? So we're not cranking the neck. Take an inhale. On your exhale, tone the belly. Twisting now towards your right. You can always stop moving your head. If you start to feel a stretch or a strain or pain, you know what to do. Stop, back off. Breathe in, breathe out. Now I'm pushing my right elbow back as the left elbow comes forward. Inhale to center, stretch your arms long, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower, press the block as you pull it in. Let's twist now towards the left. Press palms in, take an inhale. Exhale, tone pelvic floor, lower belly as we twist. Head turning last. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. All right, come back to center. Let's release the block. Circle the shoulders around and about. Good. Let's take our palms to the top of the thighs. Sitting bones back as we lean forward. Push down now, your hands into your thighs and feel the weight, the pressure from your thighs down through your shin bones into your feet. And your neck is following your spine. Push down, rise up, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms to the thighs, lean forward, roll the shoulders up and back, push down through your feet, across the mound of the foot, the toe mound across, push down, rise up, arms up overhead, exhale, hands to the heart. Let's open up the right leg and open up the left. Sit tall. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, heels rise, pushing down through big toe mounds. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, they lift up, and exhale, they lower. Push your right palm into your thigh, lift the leg, place it back in, and other side. Lifting the right knee up towards you, give it a big hug, big hug. Open up the knee out to the side, wherever it goes. Flex the foot, point it, roll it around, so ankle rolling. Reverse it. Bring the knee back in, open it up, take your left arm out to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And place the foot back down. Forearm to the thigh. Circling the arm around and about. You know I like this one because it just gets to the side of the body. It's so nice. And then we're going to bend the elbow, pull it back, reach it overhead. So bending back, just kind of like a bow and an arrow, and then lengthening to your range of motion, to your range of motion. You're going to feel this on the left side of your body. Breathe in, breathe out. You ready for some core right here? Let's push down through our feet, take a breath in and a breath out, lifting the bottom arm. Now pull your bellies in and up. Yes, take a breath in, pull the bellies in and up. We're going to push down through our feet. Push down through the whole cross of the mound, from the inside of the foot to the outside. And lift up. Good. Hands at the heart. Take your hand to the top of the thigh. Push your thigh into your hand as you bring it on in. And we will do the other side. So we bring it open and then we bring it in and lift it and step it down and bring it on in and give it a big hug in. Hug, hug, hug your thigh towards your belly and your rib cage. Lift tall, opening up the right arm. Take the knee out to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, flex your foot, point it, and circle around and about. So the ankle is moving to its range of motion, and reverse it. Bring the knee back in, lift it up, take it out to the side. Maybe adjust yourself on the seat. And forearm to thigh, left forearm to thigh, shoulder back, and let's circle now the right arm about. Just let it float. Try to have a nice smooth movement without forcing. Listen for any snap, crackle, pops. Feel, most important is to feel. And then arm is over the ear, pull it back. Reach overhead, pull it back. Breathe in, breathe out, lengthen, pull back, arm over the ear. Take a breath in and a breath out. Arms are overhead and under the ear for our core work. Breathe in. Breathe out, pull the belly in and up. That pelvic floor is lifting on the exhale. Release the pelvic floor, take an inhale. On your exhale, pull the pelvic floor in and up. Feel your feet push down into the earth. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push down, rise on up, hands at the heart. And let's lift this leg and bring it back in. Take yourself back, center yourself on your seat, and let's extend the legs. Give yourself a good stretch here because we haven't done that. And push down through your heels. Now, a lot of times in person, I can't see you guys so much, but I'm guessing there's some knee lockers here. So what we've been working on is pushing down through the heels and then feeling a little micro bend behind the knees so we don't lock. A lot of people, including myself, lock. Sometimes we think we're not locking and we still are locking. So let's do one at a time. Push down through the right heel and then feel like you're pulling it towards you. So you're pushing down and you're pulling towards you, get an isometric behind the leg. Then let's point the toes, right side. Now bend the knee as you push down through the heel. Point and flex as the knee bends. Point and flex. Do the other side. Push down through the heel, feel a little micro bend in the knee. Then point the toes away on the left side, bend the knee. Point, push down, bend knee. And now both sides. Point, push down through heels. Feel like you're dragging your heels towards you. Lift up through your spine. You ready for another boat pose? Lean back. Maybe lift one leg. Place it down. Maybe the other. How about go right from here to a twist? Right arm forward, left back, lift left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out, switch it up. Lift leg, left arm forward, right back, maybe gaze over the shoulder. Come back to center, and we will lift on up to go towards our wall dog. Keep a block with you because we're going to use it as we practice some balance and standing. And if you want, you can do the same thing we did here, which is to push into the block to rise up. So rocking forward and back, lift on up, hug the block, stand on up, reach high, reach high. I think I'm going to touch the ceilings. And exhale, hands at your heart. Ceiling tiles. Now, let's place the seat so it faces us, or some of you are really tall and you like the seat, the back of the chair facing you. I'm gonna put that block there, so when I'm ready, it's there. Take your hands to the side of the chair or on top of the seat. Walk your feet back. Feel your feet as you touch them down to the earth. By the way, walking backwards is a really great way to train your feet to walk. It's a really nice thing to do. Sometimes I do it when I'm walking my dogs outside. They want to know why I'm going backwards. Bend your knees and pull your heels apart so that your feet are parallel. Bend your knees, take your sitting bones back. Now your elbows might be bent here because your shoulders are like, you can't go that far back. You can't go that far back. My shoulders feel that. And then slowly straighten the legs, push down through your palms and melt your heart. Bend your knees. Take your sitting bones back, push down through your palms, and then feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. We call that melting the heart. Now, if you feel your ribs dropping, lift them up a little bit. And now we're going to walk back in towards the chair. Do that consciously, consciously. And hands come to the heart. So if you feel like it's accessible to you, play with walking backwards a little bit. Holding onto a wall is a great thing to do. Holding onto a cane is a great thing to do. We're going to walk back. So you'll so here, when we walk back, it's toe to heel, toe to heel. When we walk forward, it's heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe. Notice if you're rocking to the inside of the outside of your feet when you do this, you can practice meditation with a mindful walking and be aware of how your feet touch the earth. It's a great thing to do. Feet parallel. Take your block with you. We're going to walk back, place the block inside our feet, push the inside of the feet into the block as we bend our knees and take our sitting bones back and wide, hugging that block. Notice how that feels different. Sitting bones are moving back. Push down the inside of your feet towards that block. Your ankles should be upright and straight. And then slowly straighten your legs. But if your back feels tight, you don't straighten them all the way. If you feel the back start to round, keep your knees bent and push your inner thighs, the top of your thighs back. I need a little arrow that goes back. And then maybe straighten, remove the block, and walk yourself back towards the chair. let's play with balance with this block. So we haven't done this in a little bit. We're going to first start in mountain pose, standing with the block pushing down through the inside of the feet. Now, tricks to balance. Find a spot to stare at, not moving. This is how we start, about horizon level. If you look up, that's going to shift your balance, because remember, vision is part of balance. If you feel safe, you could close your eyes and notice how that feels different. You might have your hands on a counter or a chair. If you feel too rocky, then of course, open your eyes. But when we play with balance, we play with the vision, it's going to change, and it's really, really great to do things like this. So hugging your block, we're going to turn our head towards the right. Keep hugging your block with your inner feet. You're going to feel your ankles against the block. Feel your balance. Maybe you take one or both arms off of the chair. Maybe, maybe not. And then inhale your head back to center. Give a little bounce in your knees so you don't get too stiff here. We want to make sure that we don't lock our knees. Sometimes that means that we have to bend them more than we would normally to teach our body what it feels like to have bent knees and locked knees. Locked knees aren't great for the joint. They also will throw your balance off. All right, we're going to hug the block. Now, we're going to find a spot to stare at the center and breathe. And then turn your head and your vision towards the left. You might lift one arm. You might lift both. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, head back to center. Now, let's take the block and place it in between our thighs. Hug that block. And we're going to stare at center at first. Then we're going to move our head without moving our eyes. So see how my chin now is going to the right, even though I'm looking forward. Then inhale back to center. Let's do the other side. So now my vision's going to go to the right, but my head's going to go to the left, but my vision stays forward. I'm mirroring you. Sometimes I forget. And I just noticed I was locking my knees, so I'm going to kind of bounce them up and down. And then inhale back to center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's go up onto our tippy toes. Notice if you're rolling to the outside of your feet, push down through that big toe mound. Maybe one arm comes up, or maybe hands at the hip. Maybe both arms come up, or maybe you hug your fingers in towards each other with your heels lifting. So there's all kinds of variations that you can play with. You could play with one arm up, and then you might switch it and play with the other arm up. Notice how the gaze stays forward. It's something that you're staring at like a speck on the wall. And then exhale, lower down. Let that go. Let's turn now and go back to our wall dog. So walk your feet back. Block is in between the thighs. Sitting bones are back and wide, but we're hugging our thighs towards each other, our inner shins towards each other, and feet are parallel. Bending and straightening. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Take the block out, walk yourself back forward. Now, let's play with balance again. We're going to lift one leg. So we're going to go asymmetric. Feet are about hip distance apart. If you want to take them a little wider, that will impact your balance. Let's just rock right and left so you can feel the shifting of weight. Keep a bend in the knees. So we're not locking, bending, and having a little bounce. That's going to give us a little bit more fluidity. Get ready. We're going to switch the weight to the standing leg, which is going to be the right, and lifting the left knee. Now, you could have toes down. You could have toes on a block, or you can lift the knee. Then, soft standing knee. Remember that. Find a spot to stare at. Maybe lift one arm, maybe not. Maybe hands are at heart and you're pressing your palms towards each other. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale, lower the foot back down. Take a little break. Now, you can be facing the chair when you do this. It's just hard for me to demo it that way because then you're not going to see me. So you could also have two chairs, by the way, or you could be like this with the wall and take one leg up. So I love walls. You know I love walls. So now we're going to do the other side. Let's rock it a few times. Get ready to stick it on the left side, soft knee, lifting the right knee. It can be toes down, toes on block, or lift the knee. Make sure you're pushing down through the big toe mound of the left foot. Tone your hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe lifting an arm, maybe not. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. This can be play, right? If you feel me wobbling, it's okay. You know you can take your hand back down to the chair. That chair is there for you. The wall is there for you. They're not moving. You hopefully do not use a chair with rollers. And then you come on down when you're ready. And let's circle the hips around and about. Give them a little break. Little break. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, I'm going to tell you, as you play with this, you can start to change your vision. Meaning you can do the same thing, like turn your head. You can look up and down, side to side, or diags. So I'll show you what I mean. And so you could we're going to transfer the weight to the right foot, lift this knee, however you want to do it. Then you might play with looking up, looking back down, bring it to center. Look up, look down, bring it to center. You can do side to side. Gaze over the right, back to center, gaze over the left to center. Now, you don't have to go fast, right? You could go really, really slow. As you get, if you practice this on a daily basis, it will get faster for you. You might be able to turn your head. We're not whipping our head though, right? We turn the head, we bring it to center, we look the other way, we bring it to center. Take your time and get it. Feel really good about it. The other way you can do it up and down, side to side, you can go diag. So looking towards the right corner of the room and then the back left corner of the room. So upper left, upper right, bottom left. And then you do the diag to the other side, upper left, bottom right. So try that. And you can keep your toes down for this. I recommend starting with the most accessible. You can always change it up and lift the leg after you feel comfortable doing it one way than the other. So let's look upper right corner, down to lower left. Come back to center. Upper left corner, bottom right, back to center. Release it, circle the hips around and about. We'll do the other side. This vision stuff is really great. You just want to make sure you're safe. That's the most important thing. We're going to transfer the weight to the left foot. You decide, is knee up or knee down? We'll start by, and your hands can be here, when you're doing this, your hands could be out to the side. A lot of people like their arms out to the side. It feels like you have a wider base. That will help your balance too. So you might have one hand on the chair. We look up, we look down. We breathe in as we look up. We breathe down, we breathe out as we look down. Bring it back to center. Let's try it right to left. Gaze to the right. Inhale to center. Gaze to the left. Inhale to center. Let's do the diags. You can always change your hands. You can always change your feet. So upper, now we're going to go upper left, bottom right. Upper left, bottom right, back to center. Upper corner on the right, bottom corner on the left. Upper corner on the right, bottom corner on the left. And let that go, let that go. Let's go down to the earth and do some more movement and stretching. So I'm going to put this to the side so you don't have to look at it, but you know, go down safely. Go down safely. Oops. Throwing chairs around here. So bring a blanket, maybe a blanket or a pad underneath your knees. Bring your strap, go down safely, 1 foot at a time. Whether you're using a chair, the wall, a table, a safe, whatever it is that you're holding on to, you want to go safe. One knee, then the other. Let's do some cat cows because we haven't done them yet. On our hands and our knees. And just to give our feet a little bit of waking up, how about some just tapping the tops of your feet down? You might hear a little patter, patter, patter. And then place your hands so they're about just forward of your shoulders. The wrist line is lining up with your shoulders. You look down, the wrist line is lining up with your shoulders. Fingers are spreading. Exhale, curl your spine, gaze at your navel. Inhale, look up, shoulder blades on the back, press the palms down. Make sure the elbows aren't locking. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the heart. Belly swoops down, tailbone rises. Now, make sure you're pressing down through that pointer finger knuckle so your wrists don't hurt. If your wrists hurt, you can roll your mat and place your wrists down, fingers down, or you can place your palms on blocks. You can bend your elbows to make sure you're not locking. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift. Let's play with our spinal balance. So first, let's play with lifting. We're in our stable table. Our shoulder blades are on our back. Our ribs are lifting towards our spine. Our belly is toned. Take a breath in and a breath out. I like to switch the left hand towards center. Inhale the right arm up. You can leave the left hand where it's at, but if it feels better, switch it to center. We're lifting the right arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, you can also come down onto your forearm, but that's a lot harder. You might just take your fingertips forward if you go here. Then, let's take the right leg back. Both palms are down. And then inhale, legs up. Exhale, it lowers down. Inhale, legs up. Point your toes away from you. Pull them towards you. Bend your knee and press your footprint up towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend the leg. You can place the toes down or lift the leg about hip height and maybe lift the left the left fingertips can be down and forward or up or on a block. So we're reaching back with our right leg and forward with our left. Where's our gaze? Our gaze is forward and down. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's play with pulling elbow towards knee. Or the other option is pull knee in. So knee in is like this. And then lengthen back. Maybe you're doing elbow towards knee and then lengthen. So that's balancing and core. Getting them both in together. Pull elbow towards knee and then lengthen. Switch sides. Let's let the hips sway right and left and right and circle around a few times. One way and then the other. Shoulder blades on back, lengthen left leg back. Maybe lift it, maybe toes are down. Find your variation with your right arm forward and your left leg back. Breathe in, breathe out, breath is in, and breath is out. Any variation that works for you. Then make a choice whether you're going to extend the left knee and pull it in with the both hands down, pulling in, rounding spine, knee towards belly, and then extend, or pull elbow towards knee, right elbow to left knee. So this is a balance and a core. And then lengthen and pull it in and up. I like to feel like the knee is coming in and up, and then extend long. Release, let that go. Shake out your hands, roll your wrists around and about. And we will go on to our side for some side plank. So you might want the blanket still down for your hip. And then we're going to let our hip land down on the blanket. So right hip is down. And then you can take from here, so you're facing the long way of your mat. And then your palm is going to come down and forward of your shoulder. Now, it's nice to have a block nearby. And this is going to get at our side, our obliques area. So you can have the block like this. Now, to come on up, you don't have to go high. We want to make sure this shoulder stays back. There are variations with the legs. You could have the legs long. It's harder. You could have one knee bent on top and bottom one straight. Let me show you first the most accessible, which would be lifting up, ribs come up. Your hand can be at your hip, this shoulder's back, and then exhale, you lower down. Too hard on your wrists, you can come down on your forearm. Lift the ribs and the hips. Now, if it's a lot to lift your hips, lift your ribs. Don't worry about lifting your hips yet. When you're ready, you lift the ribs and the hips. So we lift our ribs. See, that's a teeny movement. Ribs lift, maybe hips lift. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe upper arm rises to the sky. Exhale, lower the hips down. Release. Let's go up and maybe hold it for a few breaths. Always come down if it's too much. Now, if you want to extend legs, you can. This is what it looks like. This top leg becomes, the foot becomes a kickstand. I'm pushing down through the foot, lift the hips up, maybe arm rises, maybe hands at hip, shoulders back. You do not want to injure your shoulder. Keep it back. Keep pulling the belly in and up. You're feeling the side obliques lift. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly lower down. We'll do the other side. You can thank Ann for core work. So now we're on the other side. Make sure that the hand is forward of your shoulder. So it's out to the side more, because what you want is when you come up, you want the shoulder to land over your wrist. You don't want the shoulder to be forward of your wrist like that. That's hard on the shoulder. So with it extending out, as you lift up, shoulder lands over your palm. So remember, you start with maybe ribs lifting. That's it. Then maybe you lift hips. Maybe you lift arm. Take a breath in and out. You get to decide how long you stay up. And then you slowly come down when you're ready. If you want to vary it up and do that kickstand, now the top foot, this is the right one, is forward, and the foot's going to push down. I'm going to start with that hand placed right. Lift the ribs. Take a breath in. Exhale, pulling ribs in and up. Pushing down through the outside of the foot to lift up on the long leg, if you're going into this one. And then arm lifts. But this is plenty here, you know. You're getting some good weight bearing through your shoulders. You're lifting your obliques. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Let it go. Let's go onto our backs and bring your strap. We got to make sure we stretch our hamstrings because we didn't do a lot of that today. And we'll make sure we open up our hips a little more. So here we go. Here we go. We're on our back. Let's do a few pelvic tilts. Tilt the pelvis back. Then you feel the back kind of go flat, the lower back go flat on the earth. Tilt the pelvis forward. You could get your hand under your lower back. Switch it up a few times like a wave. Like a wave. Then find the middle point. So between forward and back, tone your belly. Find the strap. Pull your knee in. Place the strap around your foot. Please don't lift your head to put the strap around your foot, because that's going to strain your neck. So try to lasso it, or you can put it on even before you go onto your back. You could be on your side and put it on. I can show you that after. I just don't want you to strain your necks. Then we're going to push the footprint up towards the sky. Remember, we're not locking knee. We're focusing on that today. So that means there's a little bend. You should feel the crease. If you lock your knee, then you're going to feel a hard spot behind your knee, and you don't want that. You want to bend in the back of the knee as you push the footprint up. Let's cross the diag. So or midline. You're going to take your right foot, cross the midline. You're going to feel a sensation along the outside of your leg. You may feel it at your hip area. You might feel it outside of the shin or maybe in the thigh. It's going to depend where you're tight. Push the big toe mound away as you press this leg over the midline. Foot is pressing away towards the left with the right leg. It's at a diag. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, legs back up. Keep your pelvis level, open up the leg out to the side. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. You can support your leg with your hand. Right leg, right hand. And take your left hand to your pelvis to keep it down. So don't let that left pelvis lift up. When you're ready, lift the leg. Let it float on down, and we'll do the other side. So strap is around that foot. And then we're going to make sure we don't lock the knee as we push the footprint towards the sky. Shoulders are up and back. Go ahead and tilt your pelvis forward and back with the knee bent and find that midline, that place in between forward and back with your pelvis. Tone your belly. Press the left footprint away from you. And we're going to let the foot go towards the right with the left leg. So the footprint is crossing over the midline. I like to take my hand to the crease of the hip and the thigh and push that fascia away. That will intensify it a bit. I can show you after class if anybody wants to see what I'm really talking about here. But my hand's in the crease and I'm pushing the fascia away. And then we are keeping a slight bend in the knee as we push the left footprint towards the right. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice it could feel totally different on this side. I'm not feeling it in the shin on this side. So notice where you feel it. Then we're going to take the leg out to the side, and you might, I'm just moving over because I can't get the leg at the wall there. But so you can support your hand, the leg with your hand underneath it. Keep the right hip down as your leg goes to the side for a good stretch. You're going to feel it in your inner thigh. And then stay there for about 3 to 5 breaths. Enjoy the stretch. And then come back to lying down mountain pose. Stretch your toes away from you and your arms up and overhead and back behind you. And then bring your knees on in and find happy baby pose, which is a hip opener. So roll right and left and right. And release the feet and find your way to your resting pose. If you want to stay longer or you want to do one leg and then the other in happy baby, feel free. This is your time. Ask your body, what do I need now? Breathe in, breathe out, and let the breath relax and come down to natural. So you can be in traditional Shavasana with your legs and arms straight, palms facing up, or you can have your knees rest against each other with feet wider. That's more constructive rest, maybe hands on belly, or feet on chair or bolster pillows underneath knees, which is very nice for the lower back. So choose which resting pose is right for you. And take a little time to feel your body and feel your breath. Feel the sensation in your legs and your feet. In your hips, in your torso, in your shoulders, in your arms, in your hands, in your fingers. Feel the sensation in your neck and your face. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. Breathing, soft breath. Stay as long as you want in your resting pose, or you might roll to your side to come up. We'll bring our palms together in front of the heart. May all beings be happy and free and peace and healthy. And may our words, deeds, and actions contribute to their health, peace, and happiness. Namaste, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any